We like to say, oh, we're the greatest society ever. We got the greatest military ever. We're the biggest. They're the best. And we're not. I don't know how many high-speed train systems you have in China, but you don't have just one. The United States doesn't have any. If you're sitting in China and listening to what's being said in Washington, D.C., particularly during the last 4 years of the Biden administration, China is being presented as an enemy, an imperialist power, and the United States must stop it. And there's been even talk about going to war with China as soon as this year, 2025. And then when China reacts to that, we go, see, they're a threat. It's like if you threaten that you're going to come kill me and you're going to attack my house and I'm going to go out and buy a gun to protect myself, you can't say, see, he's a danger. No, I'm taking steps to protect myself. So what the United States didn't count on was how strong the relationship has become between Moscow and Beijing, between Russia and China. U.S. policy under Richard Nixon, when it was inaugurated in 1972, was designed to have that opening with China, but for the ulterior motive of splitting China away from Russia. We wanted to keep Russia and China separate. Now Joe Biden, through his crazy policies, have brought China and Russia together. And it's a political alliance, it's an economic alliance, it's a military alliance. It's transformative. And there's still many in the United States that believe that this is not going to last, that this is a bad relationship, and that's just crazy. I think they do not understand it in terms of how I think both Russia and China have had that moment of awakening where prior to February of 2002 or 2022, I think leaders in both China and Russia may have believed that there was a way to negotiate with or to find an accommodation with the United States. I think they now realize that the United States is a threat, a bona fide threat, because the United States keeps talking about China and Russia as imperial powers, but it is the United States that has military bases around the world, not the Chinese, not the Russians. It's the United States that has been involved with invading other countries that represent any kind of direct threat to the United States, and then justifying it as a pursued promotion of freedom and democracy. We're the imperialist power, and we refuse to acknowledge it. Instead, we project and pretend that it's the Chinese and the Russians. China's got the greatest industrial capability in the world. That wasn't the case 50 years ago. China may lack sometimes in critical resources, oil and gas in particular. Oh, who has that? Oh, that's Russia. So all of a sudden, there's Russia and China find a way that they, as neighbors, that they can live together, and it's a mutually rewarding relationship. Each benefits from it. There are people in both some of my former CIA colleagues and people who former and current in the Department of Defense and the CIA who really believe that we can somehow deceive Russia into breaking its relationship with China, and that Russia will align with us. The United States is an abusive spouse. Russia is what I would call a battered spouse who is now awakened and said, wait a second, I'm not going to let them beat me up anymore. That is the thing that the United States really always perceives these relationships in terms of who's dominant and who's inferior. But Russia and China have found a way that it's a relationship of equals, and there's a respect that comes, a genuine respect, where you don't have to feel that you compete against one another. That there are things that China has that benefit Russia. There are things that Russia has that benefit China. It's a healthy relationship, and frankly, this is what the United States feared could develop. Well, it's happened. And now the United States doesn't know what to do.
偷偷告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹润。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美一点。美吧。